wanted to give a toast to all of you. We've learned that a relationship does not exist in isolation, and a big part of it is our community and who we choose to spend our time with and surround ourselves with. And we're so, so grateful that you guys are all part of our community. And we love you and thank you for being here. It means the world to us. So cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
Hi everyone, thank you again for coming. As some of you may know, my best friend Kaylee passed away a few days ago. She was meant to be here tonight, as she always was for every high and low in our big family of friends. This weekend is meant to celebrate Brianna and Dan and the journey that they're embarking on, but as our family already knew, so much is out of our hands, and we never know when it will be our last day with someone we love. This is all the more reason why I'm so grateful that you all traveled here, regardless of distance, price, passport difficulties, fears, and volcanic eruptions. Michael Marcantonio. I have been meditating on life so much this week, and I truly believe that the only point of life is found in these moments, the moments when we can bring all our favorite people to the same place to celebrate love, to laugh, dance, toast, and honor these really important milestones. I truly believe Kaylee and her brother Johnny are here in whatever way they can be, and that they would want this celebration to be the best night ever for Dan and Brianna. I look around this room and I see a huge extended family of friends, old and new, something that I know is so important to Brianna and Dan. I'm glad they're getting married now because 5 more years into this relationship and we'd need a much bigger museum to host the whole chosen family that these two will continue to grow. Brianna has always been the leader of our pack, our family and our siblings. Okay, well maybe she's the leader of all of us, parents, friends, teachers, clients included. She is powerful, dynamic, hilarious, serious, extremely loyal, an open book, a big dreamer, a hard worker, and has a deep desire to make sure everyone feels included. My best memories of growing up always involved Brianna, Johnny, one of our parents, and some insane vacation adventure. We were the wild thornberries. Precarious sailing around Europe with Dad and the Yancey family, Brianna babysitting me, waiting until I was just asleep before following Jessica into the casinos. My mom packing the 3 of us and our friends into a van and driving us to a dude ranch in Wyoming. Brianna blasting hours of Ashley Simpson, not taking song requests. Annual ski trips to Mammoth with Kaylee's family, where Brianna preferred après ski to actual skiing, and encouraged us all to lay in the snow for as long as we could while she watched from the hot tub. She is our fun coordinator. In the almost 8 years since we've lost Johnny, our sister dynamic has evolved from older sister, younger sister, to just sisters and best friends. We call each other for advice, to complain, to cry, to laugh, and to discuss what foreign country we'll move to raise our kids together. These years have had their shares of sadness, but also new loves, new homes, and finding peace, and we've experienced this all together. Brianna, you've never let anything hold you back from standing in your truth and following a path toward your best life, and I've never felt so proud to stand here with you, and I will always be right here next to you. And our whole family is so lucky that you're marrying a therapist. Just kidding. I met Dan for the first time visiting home from college. Brianna took Dad, Sky, and I to see Dan's witch pop band in the basement of a club in Silver Lake. The backup dancers were crawling on the floor dressed in morph suits, and Dan was drumming in black eyeliner. I looked at Brianna, who's not easily smitten, wearing Dan's band t-shirt, watching him in awe like a groupie. That same look of pure adoration for Dan hasn't left her face since. She appreciates him as an artistic, intelligent, and confident guy who has a natural ability to look out for others. If you know me well, you know that I believe nothing is more indicative of someone's personality than where they fall in their sibling birth order. Brianna and Dan are both the oldest child, both direct, decisive, intense, curious about the world, maybe a little bossy, and have a strong belief in the people in their their corner. Dan and Brianna believe in each other so deeply, and this belief is why I know they are each other's match. And while their similarities are important, their differences make the perfect balance. Dan holds his words for when he really has something to say. Brianna talks all the time. Dan plays in a Sublime cover band. Brianna made me name my tabby cat Sublime when I was 10. Dan has an extensive knowledge and great taste in music, but he puts up with listening to more Blink-182 than any human should, thanks to Brianna's limited music library. Brianna has adopted 3 rescue dogs by going to the pound and literally asking for their least adoptable dog. Dan, who maybe admits he isn't the biggest dog person, has stepped in as the ultimate dog dad. Well, really a dad to all parts of the animal kingdom. He will drive Brianna to an animal rescue in the Inland Empire at 10 p.m. when she finds an injured raccoon or baby possum in their backyard. Brianna supports Dan as well, as he works in tense positions helping people at their lowest points in life, as he tours the country with his band, when he enters and wins 24-hour radio competitions. I watch them support each other, exploring and growing into different versions of themselves alongside one another, and I know that they will continue to do so. When I realized things were serious between Dan and Brianna, I couldn't help but wonder what Dan, who's even-keeled and laid back, thought of our chaotic family who scale mountains for fun and casually refer to deep childhood traumas at the dinner table. Last year, I was lucky enough to join Dan, his parents, his grandmother Gunvor, his aunt, uncle, and cousins for dinner. And it only took a couple stories of Gunvor's near-death hiking experience and Lou's retirement passion, going on archaeological digs, for it all to make sense. You're all totally nuts, too. Somehow, Brianna managed to find another family who goes on these wild adventures, hiking across glaciers in Norway, jumping into freezing water, dragging Brianna along with them regardless of the complaining. It's almost like my mom handpicked you. I'm so excited that so many virgins are here and that I get to meet Kira and the rest of the family. I feel comfortable speaking on behalf of myself and their brother Johnny, who we all wish more than anything could be here, when I say we're so proud of you, Brianna, for building this life with Dan, and Dan, thank you for choosing our sister and loving her like you do. I promise to be here for you both through all of the best moments and worst moments in our life. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dan's younger sister, Kira. Every so often, I have the opportunity to leave my little study hole in Iowa before I disappear again. So before that happens, I'd like to take a moment to appreciate and celebrate the wonderful couple that has brought us all together today. I remember the first time Dan told me about Brianna. He was visiting New Jersey, and I was driving him to the train station pretty late at night. And he told me how he had just reconnected in LA with this girl that he had first met in New York. And it had only been a few dates, but she was a lawyer and they had this crazy coincidental meeting back up together. Now, Dan doesn't tend to just volunteer information to me about his dating life, so all I could think was, whoa, you're already telling me about this girl. She must really be something special. I didn't then have the opportunity to meet Brianna for some time, the aforementioned study hole, until the two of them, me, my mom, and my mom's sisters, all went to Peru together. I was pretty nervous. We were going to be around each other 24/7 while trekking for about 9 days. And I had never met Brianna before, so I really didn't know what to expect. But with Brianna there, it felt fun. It felt like she fit right in, and in that moment, it felt like we were sisters already. I think it's rare that someone can come into your life and just feel like they've been there all along, but this is definitely one of those times. As for my brother, one of the things I have always admired about him is the way he connects with others. Just looking around this room is a testament to that. Elementary school friends, island friends, music friends. Dan meets wonderful people so easily and has a way of just folding you into the crew. Growing up with such a talented, cool, smart older brother, there's the risk of feeling like you're under their shadow. But not with Dan. He's a Birdman. He's just taking you under his wing. And I had never met anyone else who could do that until I met Brianna. The two of you are so perfect for each other. Brianna, you bring out the best in my brother. And the way your eyes light up when you see each other and the way you support each other's dreams never fails to make my heart melt. The love you share is so genuine and true, and together you're unstoppable. I know that your future together will be so full of love, adventure, fun, mutual support, and an ever-growing circle of friends there to love and support you along the way. So I'd like us to raise a glass to Dan and Brianna, embarking on their next chapter of their lives together as a team. Mazel tov.
Hi, I'm Brianna's mom, Deanette.
I couldn't be happier for my daughter to have not only met Dan, but to now be his wife. Dan is that rare soul who allows and encourages Brianna to be her best self. He is also all in when she is her silliest self with her close friends. Dan, you know what I'm talking about. He is all in when she adopts 2 more dogs in addition to the first one she had. He is an awesome dog dad. His love and care of Brianna is an example to anyone who sees them together. I had the pleasure of climbing Mount Whitney with Dan. Brianna was not there. I saw firsthand his toughness, his humor, his intelligence, and his extreme kindness to a complete stranger in need. All of the qualities a mom wants for her child's partner in life. Karen and Lou, you did a tremendous job in raising such an awesome man. Brianna and Dan, may you have a long, healthy, and happy life together filled with dogs, gardens, laughter, and much love. I was going to say cheers, but thanks to David Kurtz, I must include that when Brianna was a little girl, she would get pretty angry over 2 things. 1, we weren't Jewish, and 2, we didn't live in Mexico. I would tell her, you can marry a Jewish person, and we can visit Mexico anytime. And here we are. Cheers.
Give it up for the mother of the bride, everybody.
Greetings, friends, family, and guests. Thank you for traveling here to Mexico City to share in this wonderful day of joy and celebration, the wedding of our dear son, Dan, and his beautiful bride, Brianna. As his parents, we couldn't be more proud and overflowing with love. Karen and I have had the privilege of watching Dan grow from a small, innocent little boy into the remarkable man he is today. It fills our heart with joy to see the happiness radiating from him as he stands here, ready to begin this wonderful journey of love and commitment. From the moment Dan entered our lives, he has been a source of boundless joy and endless surprises. We remember his first steps, his first drum set, and the countless memories we have shared as a family. Now, today, as he officially moves into his new stage of life, our hearts are full of pride and joy, but mixed with a tinge of sadness and nostalgia. As parents, our greatest wish has always been for Dan to find true love and happiness. Now, seeing him beside Brianna, we can say with joy and confidence that our wishes come true. Brianna, you have captivated our son's heart and brought an inescapable joy into his life. We are grateful to have you as a daughter-in-law and welcome you wholeheartedly into our family. Brianna and Dan, together you both embody the qualities of love, trust, and unwavering support that are essential for a successful and fulfilling marriage. As you begin on this journey, hand in hand, we would of course like to offer you some words of advice.
First, be kind to one another. You've both shown that you are very kind and compassionate people. For example, when Dan was a boy, There was a little girl who wanted to join in the boys' playground games. Some of the boys teased her and didn't want to allow her to play. Dan stood up for her and made it possible for her to join the group. Another time, there was a boy with special needs who was being bullied. Dan stood up for him too and made sure he was included. He still hears from that boy today. Now, in studying clinical psychology, he's learning how to make a career of helping others. Brianna, too, has shown a very kind, compassionate, and caring core. We've seen that demonstrated in big ways, such as her role where she helps people who have had their homes and lives upended by fires, and in small ways, like the way she loves and cares about animals. There was an incident not long ago when she spent hours rescuing a newborn baby skunk that had ended up on her porch. Dan and Brianna, you're both very kind, caring people. Remember to keep that in the forefront and also always be kind to one another.
Next, communicate. Always communicate openly and honestly with each other. Communication is the foundation of a strong relationship, and it is through sharing your dreams, fears, and aspirations that you will grow closer and face any of life's challenges together.
Don't forget about the power of laughter. Life will present its ups and downs, but laughter has the remarkable ability to heal wounds and strengthen bonds. Treasure the moments of joy and find humor even in the most challenging times. You're both good at finding humor and laughter, as we can easily see when you're hanging out with your friends, and especially when we watch tapes of the hilarious sketches you do for your stand-up comedy class.
Be open to adventure and to sharing new experiences and wonder together. Dan, we have loved our yearly family vacation, traveling somewhere together. As always, we always bring back a small souvenir, such as a keychain, to serve as a Christmas ornament. Each year, we decorate our Christmas tree, and it is great fun to revisit our family adventures together. We have no doubt that the spirit of exploring and adventure will be a big part of your lives, since you've already gone to so many exciting places, such as Vietnam, Peru, Canada, Norway, Mexico, and the Virgin Islands. We look forward to watching the two of you build your own Christmas tree collection of adventures and memories.
Remember to be each other's pillars of support. Lean on one another, especially during difficult moments life throws in your way. With each other's love and support, you'll find the strength to conquer any obstacles and emerge even stronger as a couple. Think of a triangle made strong by the support of one another.
Finally, remember to always cherish and nurture the love that brought you here today. Love is a beautiful gift, but it requires constant care and attention. Shower each other with love, kindness, and affection, and never take one another for granted.
Brianna, we are grateful for the happiness that you've brought into our son's life. We warmly welcome you into our family and are happy that our families are joining together. Already, we've had some wonderful times together with your family. Just a few months ago, the two of us and my mother, Grandeur, had a most spectacular New Year's vacation as guests of Brian and Dan on Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. We had a fabulous time together with them and their friends. It could not have been nicer. It was great to meet Dan and Brianna's other family too, their Canadian family. In August, I'm very much looking forward to a rafting trip down in Colorado with Dina and Hannah. We are very grateful for these good times and look forward to many more.
So now, Dan and Brianna, we would simply like to finish by wishing you both a long lifetime of love and happiness together.
All the people that came from around the world to celebrate this union. People from Singapore, from Italy, from Canada, I think Canada, from where else? Norway, and not Greece. Oh, Bali, and the British Virgin Islands. So thank you for being here. And you and Karen, thank you for those nice words and the stories about Dan. I think everybody's heard the difference in personalities, but I thought as Brianna's father, I might let you know how this all started. So when Brianna was 7 months old, I was carrying her through a grocery aisle, and she looked up and saw two ladies walking by and said, "Hi." And they said, "Oh my God, that little baby just talked." And it's kind of kept going from there. And it started at 7 months and it's been a proliferation. But then when Brianna was 5 and about probably under 3 feet tall, I was on the patio with some friends after playing basketball, and we were having a nice cigar and a glass of wine, and Brianna comes charging out and slaps the cigars out of people's hands and doses them with water and said, "You're going to die an ugly death from cancer." And right then and there we knew that Brianna was not shy about telling people what to do and when to do and why to do. And then moving on, when Brianna was about 15, she was babysitting her maid of honor, McKenna, with her friend Jamie Steindorf, who's here today. And I got home from work and I noticed my white Denali was missing and the girls weren't there babysitting McKenna. And then I hear a siren down the street. Anyway, apparently Brianna talked to the cops and Jamie got a ride home. Brianna got a ride to the hospital because she wasn't feeling well. And that's where I picked her up. And Brianna was fine. The police were very nice about it. Brianna talked them out of everything, and I was just missing a little wine. So that's kind of so Dan, you have your hands full. But I think you know that. And it's interesting that you made a point in your vows, one that I was going to mention, which is you're starting to put a stop to some of this when Brianna said you gave her a hard no to the fourth dog. So I said, anyway, you've heard about Dan's amazing music ability, and I didn't know the Blue Man group story, but I do know that Dan recently played at the Roxy on Sunset Strips, and so that's a pretty cool to take a piece of McKenna's speech, I am also very happy that Dan is going to be a therapist. Because Lord knows my family needs a therapist. That I think I figured out you probably aren't going to need any outside clients.
In-house counsel.
We did, Sharon and I had the opportunity to spend some time with Dan's immediate family in Tortola and had a fabulous time. And you probably met or hopefully had the opportunity to meet Dan's grandmother, who is an amazing lady. And I got an idea about Dan's longevity genes when she, Rubner, was in the back of a old pirate ship and proceeded to down a local drink called a painkiller, and then jumped 25 feet into the ocean at 90 years old. That is a record that still stands and probably will for some time. So anyway, it's been a pleasure to see Brianna and Dan come together as a couple. They complement each other so well, and I look forward to seeing you grow together as a couple. Our family has come to know in a very profound way that life is precious. And we learned that again recently. We want to take these times to spend life together, enjoy each other. And it's important to have a partner who supports you in the highs and also carries you through the lows. And Brianna and Dan, I think you found that partnership together. So I commend you for that. And I think this should just add to our resolve to honor these life's times together, to laugh and to dance and to love and to celebrate together. And I don't know about everybody else's spiritual feelings, but I think our loved ones are with us and they would like us to celebrate together. About 1,000 years ago, a poet named Rumi wrote, and he said, "Beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there." And Brianna and Dan, in that field is only love. And I hope you meet in that field often. Cheers.